Hello everybody. How are you doing today? I hope you're doing really good. I'm Margaret Marie and welcome to my channel. Now what I want to discuss today is hair coloring. Now I started coloring my hair in my 40s as far as trying to get rid of the gray. I started getting gray hair when I was 18. I would notice like one or two gray hairs popping up in my bangs, and usually I just pluck them on out and that was the end of the story. But as I got older, I started noticing the grays were really coming in, and my grays started in the front. Now the front of my hair would be predominantly gray if I did not dye my hair. And so, having said that, I have to dye my hair at least once a month. And by the time I'm ready to dye, the grays are popping out everywhere. I mean, it's one thing when you can see your scalp right here, but you pull your hair back and here's gray, gray, gray. The front of your hair, gray. You know, try to wear your hair up, you've got gray. You've got gray, gray everywhere. And the thing is, I don't look good in gray hair, and it ages me at least 15 years. It just doesn't go good with my complexion. I don't think I'll ever go gray. To be honest, I don't think I'll ever go gray, and it's going to be a long time into my old ladyship before I even think about cutting my hair. I like my hair a certain way. I want it long. I haven't had to have long hair my whole life, so now that I finally have long hair, I want to enjoy it. But the problem is, I'm turning 55 in a month, so the gray hairs are just going to keep coming and coming. And how do you dye your hair without completely destroying it? You know, what you have is, in your hair, you have a hair shaft. Every strand of your hair has a hair shaft in it. Alright, and I'll put a picture of a hair shaft there so you can see what I'm talking about. And now the hair, on the hair shaft itself, it has what it looks like little scales coming down the shaft. And that is the part that you want to lay flat. Now when you are dyeing your hair, if you're going blonde, you're taking out all the melanin, which are the pigments in your hair color. And when you're covering over gray, that's not too damaging. It's not that damaging to put a darker color over a lighter color. It's not super damaging, but it still kind of strips out your hair. You're putting chemicals in your hair. In other words, how do you dye your hair every month and still have decent looking hair? Well, I'm going to show you. So the first thing I do now, I'm going to go ahead and get my Vaseline out of here because I see this so much. People that they've just dyed their hair, and then you can see hair dye. You can see it here. It gets on their ears. It gets on your neck back here. You can see it on the neck. It's all around your hairline. That's the one thing when people go to dye their hair, they don't put a Vaseline border on their head. Now, I recommend Vaseline. I don't recommend using anything else. You can use coconut oil. You can use olive oil. You can use vegetable oil if you want to. You can use mineral oil, you know, if you're just opposed to Vaseline. But the reason that I recommend that you use a Vaseline is because it creates a barrier which will protect your hairline. So I just dyed my hair yesterday. And of course I start at the front because that is where my hair is the grayest. And as you can see, you can't tell. Do you see any dye or anything? Does anything look unnatural? No, not really, does it? See? And you know, I haven't washed my hair yet or anything, so that hair it just looks like natural. See, that's the way you want it to look. You don't want a line on there. So what I do is I take, and this is before I even put the gloves on. Now you can buy any hair dye. Any hair dye will work. You can use the $3 hair dye you buy at Walmart, or you can use a $20 hair kit that you buy at Sally's Beauty Supply, where you get your toner and then you get your color and then you have to mix them together. Pretty much the same deal, but like I said, the point is any hair color will work with this. You can basically have a nice hair coloring job at home for around $3. So you put the Vaseline all around your hairline. I take it and I bring it all the way down here, over my ears, all the way here. I put my hair back like this, and I put it all in the back like so. And that way it's not all in the back of my neck as well, because it takes quite a few shampooings to get that out of there. And with this way, once you rinse everything out and take everything off and rinse it out, this is what it's left looking really nice like this. You don't have any streaks or any weird things. And then what I do before I put those plastic gloves on that they give you, I take the Vaseline and I put it all over my hands. So what happens, I put that glove on there and my hands are getting a really nice moisture treatment. See, they don't look too bad. Without moisturizer or anything on there, they look crepey and old and really bad. So that's the wonders of Vaseline, and I highly recommend it. I think coconut oil, it'll work pretty good. I mean, if you really don't want Vaseline, but I'm just going to recommend Vaseline because that's what works the very best. It has that barrier. So, okay, the next thing I want to talk about is your pH balance. Now, you have acid on this side and alkali on this side, and in the middle, it's 7. So you're starting from 1 all the way to like 14. And in the middle, of course, you have 7. Now, if your hair is really dry, if you got, which mine is dry, I get, it's like some kind of eczema all along my hairline. It even comes here and comes down my face. I get this eczema right back here. And if you scratch your head, you'll notice and you start getting the flakes and everything. Well, you want to maintain your hair at a more acidy. And how you do that is with vinegar. Now you could see I used a lot. In fact, I was in the shower doing my hair and I'd forgotten my apple cider vinegar to make a rinse with. So I yelled for my husband and he came and brought me a big glass full of apple cider vinegar. And I'm like, oh no, I only need about that much in there. So what you want to do is, now apple cider vinegar, its acidity is about a 2, which is pretty acidic. So that's why you only put like this much in a 8-ounce glass, about this much. I'd say in measurements, that would be about a 1/3 cup. And then you fill the rest of it with water. Now, as soon as you fill it with water and like fill it all the way to top or whatever, it automatically brings the acidity level to a 4. And that will really help you with your moisture. That little bit of acidic in there, it helps with the eczema, it helps with the flaking, and this restores your pH balance too. So it'll put your pH balance a lot closer to the 7. You know, a lot of shampoos and conditioners, they'll tell you that they're pH balanced, but they don't tell you pH balance to what. You know, you can be pH balanced to anything, but this is how you do that. Now, if you have oily hair, you're going to want to go a little more on the alkaline side. So that's just a little quick reference, but like I said, 7 is neutral, but this is what I do. And I would recommend this after every hair dyeing session that you have. Give yourself a vinegar rinse. After you rinse out all of the hair dye, before you put the conditioner in, go ahead and put about a 1/3 of this in a glass of water, fill it the rest of the way with the vinegar, fill it the rest of the way with the water, and then pour that over your head really good, rinse that out really well. It smells like pickles, but I don't know, you get used to it. And then put your hair conditioner on. And this is what you came out with. Now, of course, I had to let it dry completely. I'd like to let it air dry. And then I blow dry my bangs to give them a little shape and style so they don't end up all. And then after my hair is completely air dry, that's before, I won't put anything in it until it's completely hair dried. And then you can curl it with the curling iron, or you can flat iron it out, but make sure it is dry. You don't really want to even be messing with your hair when it's wet. You don't want to be trying to run brushes through it. I like to take my hair like this and just go like so. You see how you just wiggle it through the wet hair, and that loosens up all the kinks and everything in it, of course, but you're not damaging your hair. If you try brushing out, combing it, messing with it too much when it's wet, it's just going to break off on you and it's not going to look good. Now, I'm not going to say my hair comes out looking, doesn't look frizzy and all that. I have to wait for it to dry, and then it will curl and everything like that, but I notice there's a lot of frizz and it won't do exactly what I want it to do, so I use a curling iron and I give it all a nice curl. Now, there's one other thing I kind of like to do at night. I like to pull my hair straight up, like so, and then use my thumb, and then get my thumb like this and put it back there, and then I wrap this around my thumb, give it a twist, pull it up, and I usually use a rubber band, or I can use one of these clippy deals, keep it up like that, and then because it's in a round curl, when you take it out, it's kind of already curled for you. I like to do that a lot. So that's just one thing I like to do. But if you need to dye your hair and you're tired of being gray and you just want to look more like your old self, or maybe look a little younger, or maybe you currently dye your hair, these tips are all going to help you so much. And I would say after that, after you put the conditioner on and you know, take it out and rinse it out and style your hair and do all that, I would totally recommend that you do, especially if your hair is dry, that you give yourself a few hot oil treatments a month. And on the vinegar rinses, to maintain it once a week. And just do it after you shampoo, do your rinse all that out really good, and then use your conditioner. So those tips should help you maintain a healthier looking hair, help you with flakes, itching, dandruff, any of that psoriasis you may get, maybe you get that too. And overall, even if your hair is not dry, say it's oily, the vinegar rinse is still pretty good. That'll help your hair quite a bit. Okay, because you want the shafts, you want those little fluffy layers to lay flat. And that's what it does. It layers everything down flat again, so your hair looks smoother, it's softer, more manageable, and just looks better overall. Okay, so I can't think of anything else to tell you at this moment. But those are my best tips for hair coloring your hair. So happy hair coloring, and you enjoy the rest of your day. And I sure will enjoy mine too. And everybody, you take care. Thank you for watching. Bye.